Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swaggle. There you see it, folks. The image in front of you, or perhaps the spoilers from the thumbnail of you clicking into this video. We got ourselves an update and a response from CGC Comics. And not just a response, but honestly, one that makes me feel very, very hopeful about the future and integrity of this company. A very good response. I applaud CGC for giving us answers, because I gotta say, folks, I was starting to doubt whether or not CGC would even respond to what is going on with this Reholder scam situation. But I am pleased to say that that was not actually what came to fruition. They put out this message this morning. And so in this video, I want to go through this message with you guys, talk about why I think that these are positive things overall, talk about what they actually said. And then what's ultimately really great about this response is that they actually give us something actionable to do if you're somebody out there who has been affected by this whole situation. The Certified Collectibles Group, CGC, which includes Certified Guaranteed Company CGC, is aware of an incident involving an individual tampering with CGC Comics holders. Based on our initial review, we believe that the incident affects a few hundred comic books. That's very interesting to admit that it actually is a few hundred, because that's what it was starting to look like with a lot of discussion in the forums. CCG exists to protect the collecting community, and in the last 36 years, we have certified more than 85 million collectibles, each one backed by a comprehensive guarantee. The trust that we have built with our community sometimes makes us target of bad actors, and despite our vigilance, this individual tampered with some of our holders. If you purchase one of the books that this individual tampered with, we will ensure that you are appropriately compensated for losses arising from any failures in our services. More on that in a second, because that's actually a really big deal. We expect to share a list of books that we believe are impacted as soon as possible. We have also retained a leading private investigative service and outside counsel to conduct a comprehensive review of this incident and our processes, and to help ensure that this individual is held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. We have already made significant improvements to our processes as a result of this incident, and we will continue to take appropriate steps to help ensure that this type of incident does not happen again. We expect to share more information when we have it. In the meantime, if you have any questions or would like to share any information with CGC or CCG, please reach out to us at reportfraud@collectiblesgroup.com. There you have it, folks. The official response coming out of CCG, aka CGC. And I got to say, this is a very, very good response. I mean, this was the type of thing that we had hoped to hear from CGC in the wake of this situation. I mean, of course, they weren't going to be able to have all the answers. Of course, they weren't going to be able to, talk about every single book that has come out. But this is just a general, awareness, transparency message that is to say, hey, we see you guys, we're hearing what's going on, and we're going to do something about it. And that's really the best that you can ask for, at least at this current moment in time with this company. Now, I want to put a point of emphasis on the email right there, reportfraud@collectiblesgroup.com. That is something that I would highly encourage anyone out there who perhaps has one of these books. Maybe you feel like you've been caught up in this scam. Maybe you bought from the seller. Whatever the case is, I think that you should absolutely reach out to that email and, have that be some of the evidence that they can add into their, discovery and their filings as they look into this situation more thoroughly. They're going to need all of the information that they can get. So if you're somebody out there who has information to share with them, I definitely think that you should be sending an email to the CGC Collectibles Group. Now, before I really kind of break this all down and kind of unpack, some of the language that was used in their response, I do want to just kind of give them another little quick shout out for coming out with this response, posting it on Instagram. They also posted it on Facebook right here, and they also have a press release on their website. So I'm happy to see that this isn't something that, was just a highly targeted, let's just get it on Instagram because that's where the loudest voices are. It is very clear that they're taking this thing very seriously, and they have all the intentions to make it right, so to speak. Now, what I also really like about this response is that they, somewhere in here, I believe it is page number 3, they say that they're going to compensate anyone that has been affected from this situation, and they're going to take care of those losses. And I thought that this would be a good time to actually bring up some of the fine print of the CGC guarantee. This is really interesting, and I'm not sure that a lot of people out there actually know what CGC guarantees. Now, this is something that I talked about in one of my live streams with Neo Cards and Comics, but I wanted to highlight this here because based on the fine print of what they guarantee, they kind of leave it to where they wouldn't have to compensate people based on the losses that they have for the situation, but it seems like they're going to go above their guarantee. Because I want to highlight this for you guys right here, the top line, where the type of collectibles for comic books, this is what they actually guarantee. The only two things that they technically guarantee with their service is that the collectible has been inspected by at least 2 professionals and that the collectible is authentic. So they actually don't guarantee the grade. They actually don't guarantee the color of the label, if it's qualified, restored, if it's an 8.0, if it's a 1.0. They don't actually guarantee any of that. The only thing that they technically guarantee is that 2 people have looked at it and that when it is a Hulk 181, it'll say a Hulk 181. And I suppose that if there was ever a point where, you bought a label that said Hulk 181, but it was actually a facsimile, then they would compensate you for that, right? They have to guarantee that it is the actual authentic collectible. But if you were ever to buy a collectible that was a blue label, but technically it was missing the Marvel value stamp, well, that language doesn't actually imply that they would have to compensate you for that. Though in this current situation, based on what is going on, it seems like they're actually going to go above their guarantee, their technical guarantee, which I think is a really good thing and something that we should actually applaud. Although many of you may be surprised to find out that that was never actually their guarantee, being certified guarantee company. Now, I also want to say I think this is great that they have retained a private investigative service and they're looking to outside counsel to conduct a comprehensive review of this incident and to help ensure that this individual is held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. This is something that I think is really important for them to take a look at, not just, get this one person, get this one offender who actually did this incident, because sure, we all know that this person is guilty of doing a few hundred comic books and swapping out labels or swapping out books or whatever they're actually doing. And we all know that they're guilty. But this is just the one person that we know that has been caught. I mean, there's nothing to say that if this person was able to do it, there weren't other people that have been able to do it as well. So I really do hope that when they say that they're going to do a comprehensive review, that they really do go into the annals of that what did they say, 85 million comic books that have been serviced, that they go through, all of the reholders and see if there's any strange discrepancies or weird things going on. And I would point back to, the email that they're asking for. Again, if you're somebody out there who has information of, books that, are seemingly tampered with, or there's, some strange stuff going on, especially if it's coming from not the seller that, we've been able to pinpoint on eBay, then I really think that that's going to be important information for CGC to get, because, I would hope that they're going to stick to their word and release, a list of books that actually are the ones that are tampered with, so that, if you have one of those books, you can do whatever they decide to create, which is like some kind of compensation program or whatever the case is. And I really think that, the best kind of disinfectant here is sunlight. Transparency is something that is really, really important to have in this collectible world, in this community. And I think that it's important that we all work together on this to make sure something like this never actually happens again. Well, folks, that is all I have for this video. That was the update from CGC Comics. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about their response? Again, I will just give them a big shout out, a big props. Of course, we work in a world where there is a lot of money at stake. Anytime there's money at stake, there's always going to be people that are going to look to scam, to trick people, to trick, companies, to do any sort of fraudulent behavior. So it's not their fault that fraud exists, right? I mean, even, hey, in the high fine art world, there's fake Mona Lisas and things like that. So there's always going to be scammers doing scammy things. The only thing that these companies can do on top of trying to be as, secure as possible is to make situations right when they are actually wronged. And it seems like CGC is doing that. So I got to tip my hat to them in this response. I will definitely give you guys updates as they come from CGC. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath here. I think it might be a long time before we get, the list of books and other information that comes out. So I'm sure when that information does come out, I will be able to kind of put that signal boost on it for you guys if you're somebody out there who had one of these books. But until then, let me know what you guys think about how CGC handled this situation. Let me know what you guys think about comic book grading now. Does this restore faith in the company for you? Does this restore trust to you? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you all in the next one.